Hi friends, welcome to airdrop spot. Sometimes in April, Scroll introduced Scroll Sessions, which is an engaging way to reward users for interacting with the Scroll ecosystem. Users are rewarded with marks based on your level of interaction with the Scroll ecosystem. Scroll Session 0 rewarded users with mark for simply bridging into Scroll using any bridge, both the official bridge and any other bridge approved by the Scroll ecosystem. And you simply need to bridge to Scroll and hold your funds on the Scroll chain for you to earn marks. And about a week ago, Scroll Session 1 also kicked off. Scroll Session 1 rewards users for simply holding assets on chain and also interacting with other dexes on Scroll. These dexes include Ambient Finance, Nuri, AAV, RHO Markets, Layer Bank, and others. And tokens you can interact with include ETH, USDC, USDT, Stone, WSD ETH, and others. You can check the documentation for a complete list of all the assets that you can hold on chain or interact with. So what is the criteria for awarding Scroll marks for every interaction? That is value, action, and time. The more assets that you bring to Scroll, the more marks you receive. The longer you hold on to these assets, if you are holding it in your wallet, the longer these assets stay in your wallet. Or if you are interacting with dexes, for example, if you are doing lending and borrowing, the longer you supply collateral and you did not remove it, the more marks you are going to earn. And the more dexes that you interact with as well, the more marks you are going to earn. Note that so far nothing has been promised in relation with earning Scroll marks and Scroll airdrop. So when you are interacting with Scroll Session, it is not compulsory, but if you are doing it, do it knowingly that even if you have Scroll marks, there is a likelihood that you may or may not receive Scroll airdrop even if you earn Scroll marks. They may decide to play a ZK sync on us, and at the end of the day, they may tell us, well, Scroll Session is just for educational purpose. We didn't promise you any reward for interacting with Scroll Session. On the contrary, Scroll airdrop may cook. Just interact knowingly. Okay, so I want to begin by bridging some funds from base to Scroll. So I am using Rhino.fi. Bridging successful. So for the purpose of this video, I am going to be interacting with RHO Market. At the top of the page here, you would see record of your supplies, asset that you have supplied before. This is my first time interacting with RHO as a trial, so I haven't supplied anything yet. There is no record. And if you scroll to the bottom of the page, you see assets that you can supply. Since I bridged to ETH and I did not make any swap, I'll just be supplying my ETH like that. So I'll tap on supply on ETH. So I'll indicate the amount of Scroll ETH that I want to supply. I have 0.04 in my balance. I will just make sure that I leave some as gas fee for this interaction and my next interaction. So I'll be supplying 0.038. Then tap on the supply button. Supply successful. Now if you return to the top of the page, you'll now be able to see your supplies. I just supplied ETH and now you can see the amount of ETH that I supplied right here. So next I'm going to switch to the borrow tab. If you want to supply more, you simply tap on supply and add to your collateral. But I'll be switching to the borrows tab. You can as well just leave it at simply supplying collateral. Even if you only supplied collateral, you are still going to earn marks. So I am just doing the borrow part just to add an extra to my interaction. So I have switched to the borrow tab and I want to borrow R8. Now, when it comes to lending and borrowing, the general rule of thumb is that you never borrow more than 70% of your collateral in total. So for example, let's say you deposited $100 collateral, you should never ever borrow anything that is more than $70. so that you can avoid liquidation. But in the case of RHO Market, I learned that it is 66%, which means if you deposited $100 as collateral, you should not borrow more than $66. Okay, but as for me, I want to pay attention to my health factor. If you see the health factor here, you see it changing color depending on the amount you are typing that you want to borrow. If it is in orange or red, I will not borrow because I want to stay as safe as possible so that nothing will, do my funds. My funds will be safe, not at the risk of liquidation at any moment, even if the market is not doing so well. So I keep on adjusting the amount that I want to borrow until I am satisfied. So you can see that my health factor is now 2 and is in green. Then I tapped on borrow and I am going to confirm the transaction in my wallet. Okay, so you can see my record now. I supplied $130 and my borrow is $45. In fact, I see my health factor in orange, and after this video, I still went ahead to repay some of the loan I took. I am not interested in the loan itself. I just wanted to add more to my transaction with scroll session. So that's just it. You can decide to simply simply deposit collateral and not borrow at all. And you can even decide to just bridge into scroll and leave that scroll it in your wallet without doing anything. But remember the formula for earning max: value, amount, and also time. So if your funds are on the wallet and you are not doing anything with it, it doesn't actually bring any value to scroll. So you may not earn as much as if you at least do one interaction. So that is why I decided to interact with RHO Market and then do lending and borrowing. And remember, if you decide to do borrowing, you don't need to borrow that much. Just borrow a little amount that would not even affect your collateral should the market, go down at any point in time. So that's all about. Also, do note that repetition of activity does not in any way increase the amount of max you are going to earn. And this is what I mean. If you decide to do lending and borrowing and you supplied collateral, removing your collateral, supplying it back, removing it again, supplying it back, does not add to the mark that you are going to earn. And if you decide to borrow, repaying your loan, taking another loan, repaying it, taking another loan, does not in any way increase the amount of marks that you are going to earn. So when you are interacting, just keep that in mind. The repetition does not in any way add to your marks. So that's the end of scroll session 1 tutorial. If you have any question, drop me a comment in the comment section of this video. If you have found value, then give me a like in this video and also subscribe to my channel for more. You will find all the links I have used in the comment section of this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another tutorial.